That's also true about Mexico. Like the big ass families, like you have like these.
It's a stereotype.
Why would you think that's?
I have
that
no
happens?
idea, man.
Do you think it's
really
like to
don't.
get the kids to help them around the house, or
I mean, I guess.
it's like you're free slaves, you know?
Damn, that's one way you're looking at it.
And welcome to another Today Talk episode. This is the podcast where we talk about everything and anything. Today with us we have here Pablo Hatchet.
Yes, sir. What it do? Okay, that's enough, man. That's enough. Too much clap.
Nobody knows who you are. Okay, for anybody who doesn't know, Pablo, who are you? What do you do? Where you come from? All of that.
All right, so like he said, my name is Pablo. I'm his friend. We actually met at Cinco.
Yeah, he's actually Pablo Escobar's son. I'm just kidding.
We talked about this, man. We can't say that.
Oh, sorry, my bad. Okay, continue.
Yeah. So yeah, like I said, I met him at Cinco, and I don't originally come from the U.S. I'm
No.
from Mexico. Yeah, for everybody who couldn't tell, I'm from Mexico. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I lived there for like 15 years. Yeah, I lived there for 15 years.
Nice.
And I came to the U.S. when I was for my junior year.
You're junior.
Junior year, yeah.
Okay.
I came on the summer after my sophomore year, and I started junior year here. And I graduated here too. Yeah, and I think you could say I'm unemployed right now. So
You're looking for.
I really don't do nothing.
You're also with a girlfriend, right?
Yeah. I mean,
So what are you doing right now?
I'm solo dolo. I'm just chilling with the boys.
Chilling with the boys.
You know, living my life, trying to see what the hell I'm gonna do for college, my future. You know, trying to sort things out.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, so going back to your childhood back in Mexico, right? Yeah. How was it like growing up in Mexico?
It's tough, man. It's tough. I mean, like everything. There's nice places, there's bad places, and there's terrible places.
Mm-hmm.
And I wasn't born in like those nice places, you know.
You were born in, would you say, the worst?
Nah. I was certainly
more of a mid type.
Lower mid type, yes.
Okay.
Yeah. It's what we call the barrio, right? Like. Nah.
Yes, the hood.
Yeah, not exactly. It wasn't as bad as it. It was. Okay. It wasn't as bad because I lived in one when I was young. It just wasn't one of the worst, you know.
Sure.
Yeah, so it was. So I lived in an apartment. I have 5 sisters. So
yeah, that. How is that like? That's a lot of girls.
We'll get into that.
Okay.
Yeah. But I have 5 sisters, and I lived in an apartment, 2-bedroom apartment. So you can imagine how that went. I used to share rooms with my sisters. We only had 1 bathroom. Yeah, so I got used to sharing most of the time, you know.
Yeah.
But I was kind of lucky because since I was the only man, I never had to pass on clothes. If that makes any sense, you know. You have a brother.
Yeah, but like that's still good though, because like all the clothes everything that I don't want, I just give it to him.
I know, but still, I always used to get new stuff. I mean, not always, right? There was like once in a full moon, but I what I got was new for me. Not really.
Okay, like I guess if you have an older brother, that
I had
makes sense.
I had cousins, and sometimes they would give me stuff like.
Okay.
We don't need
because I was always the older one, so I got the new stuff, and then Juan got the used. You know.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah,
didn't happen to me.
I'm like in the middle. I got 3 of my sisters are older than me. 2 of my sisters are younger than me, so I'm like right in the middle.
Yeah.
But growing up with 5 sisters is hard, man. It's hard, especially. I mean, not the older ones. The older ones are cool. I'm really cool with them. But the younger ones,
are they married and everything?
One of them is.
Okay. How old are they? Like, what's the year difference between all of you?
Dang. Okay, so the oldest is around 30 right now. 30, 31, something like that, or 29. One of those.
How long have your parents been married?
My parents been married for 18 years, I think.
18? Okay. So they're your not stepsisters, sorry. Half sisters.
Yeah, kinda. Yeah, you could say that, yeah.
Okay, sure.
Yeah, so the oldest one is 30. It's either 29, 30, or 31. I'm not sure. And she got married this year, actually, last month.
Okay, nice.
Yeah, and then the next one has 28.
Mhm.
And then the one after her, it has 20 or 21. I think
You
she,
don't know. Okay.
I'm not really sure. And she's 21.
And then you have
I
17.
just have 17. I turned 18 this
That's
year.
that's the biggest difference, right? The 21 to
Yeah. The 21 to 28.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the biggest one. Then it's me. I have 18. Well, I'm gonna have 18 like in a month.
Yeah.
Then the next one after me has 16. No, 15. She has 15. And then the other one has 14.
Nice.
Yeah. So big family.
Okay. That's also true about Mexico. Like the big ass families, like you have like this.
It's a stereotype, and most of the time it isn't true. Up like from middle class above, big families are not as big. But once you start going to lower classes, families start getting bigger and bigger.
Why would you think that's?
I have no idea, man.
You think it's like to get the kids to help them around the house, or?
I mean, I guess
It's like you're free slaves, you know.
Damn, that's one way you're looking at it. But yeah, I mean, I'm not sure why that happens. It's just like some peculiarity that you can see.
Yeah, I think it's maybe for like because there's less protection. People
I mean, less kids, education and stuff.
Everything,
like that.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So
yeah, but okay, let's talk about a little bit about you growing up with all your sisters, only having one bathroom. How is that like? Because I have one brother, and we cannot share a bathroom. So how is that possible? Is that even?
It's not possible.
You live that way.
I used to. And also we were little, so we didn't really have a lot of stuff like makeup and all that stuff didn't really come into play until later years,
Yeah. But like your older sisters.
Yeah, my older sister still, yeah. Some of them moved out early though.
Okay.
Yeah, so when we were all together, it was most around for like 5-6 years.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I loved it. I loved it. It was amazing. I really can't complain. I mean, also because when you're young, you don't really realize the situation you're in,
What would you say, from what age to what age would you say is your favorite time period of your childhood? Or whatever?
Childhood, all right. Childhood. I enjoy my childhood. All of it.
All of it?
Yeah.
So from like when you were born to...
Yeah, I mean, there was obviously bad stuff, really bad stuff.
When would you say your childhood ended? When did you have to become a man?
Oh, damn.
Stop being a kid. Because that's a step I think everybody goes through.
Yeah, I mean, it depends. Because, like, biologically, like, I guess around when, like, I was 12, 13.
I don't mean biologically.
I know, you mean mentally?
Yes.
All right, then that's the whole different story. I had to grow up really fast. Being the only man.
Yeah.
Having 5 sisters, my mom, and my dad. And my mom used to have a lot of problems in the beginning. And so I had to really grow up really fast. I guess I matured around like when I was 8 or 9.
When did you start working? Your first job?
I was 14.
14.
Yeah.
It's not that bad. There's people
it's
that,
not that bad.
work
Yeah, you're
9,
definitely right.
8,
Yeah.
But yeah, that's still crazy.
It's young, yeah. And I didn't work because I wanted to. I worked because I had to. My parents weren't going through like the whole family was going through a financial situation, really bad one. Yeah. So I had to, I said, well, I think I'm of age, I can handle myself. I'm going to go work and whatever I can bring to the table. I mean, I'm going to do my best,
What did you start working as?
A waiter. I used to work as a waiter.
Okay.
A waiter, and I used to clean the restaurant as well.
Okay.
And I was a bartender. I was the 3 things at the same time at the same place.
Hey. You gotta get the bag though.
Hey, you gotta chase the bag, yeah.
You gotta get the bag.
I wasn't even getting paid that much because it's Mexico, minimum wage is way lower than it is here. How much is it here? Like 7.25, 7.19. Yeah. In Mexico, it's around like 20 to 30 pesos, which isn't more than $2.
Is like $1 an hour?
The maximum would be like $2, yeah. But for me, it was $1 an hour, and I used to work full time, 6 days of the week.
So like less than $1 an hour?
Nah, mine was $1 an hour.
Okay, $1 an hour. Working
6 times 8, 48. I was making 48 hours a week. I mean $48 a week. Yeah, plus tips, but it wasn't really that much.
What would you say? $52
a week.
It's crazy.
$52, $55 a week. Yeah, it's
How-
not a lot.
How can you live like that? Do you think that's a very common way of living in Mexico?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, because in Mexico, more than half of the population is either middle class or lower.
Yeah.
And the ones that are living as lower class, poor people, like actual poor people, they live like that, man. And like I tasted that for a while too. Like me working like that, I tasted it. It's not easy. I mean, the only advantage for that is that in Mexico, food prices and like fruit, meat, all of that, food isn't really as expensive as it is here.
That's true.
Yeah. So food wasn't really an issue, but everything else was, because gas is expensive, bills are expensive.
Yeah.
All of that is expensive. So we really had to cut back on a lot of stuff. I remember that we used to carpool a lot. We weren't able to turn on the lights past certain hour, or we weren't able to turn on the lights after or before certain hours.
Yeah.
It was like, okay, we're only gonna use certain electronics at certain amounts of time and stuff like that. So watching TV wasn't really allowed for a while, because all of that would add up to like the light bill.
Yeah.
And light bills are expensive.
Also, it is hot in Mexico.
It
I don't
is
know
hot.
what
We don't have AC either. We didn't have AC.
What did you use? Fans?
Windows, man. We just opened up the windows.
That sometimes makes it hotter though.
Yeah, I mean, luckily, well, after I lived in the apartment, right? The apartment was really hot. I do remember that the apartment was really hot. We always had buses passing like right in front of it. Like all of the noise that you joke about with like Mexicans. Oh, they always got like music and like noise, like honking cars. I had that growing up, like because in like the street right in front across my house, we had all of that. We had people screaming, all of that. Up until I was 8, 9 years old, that's when we moved out of the hood, out of the barrio.
Mm-hmm.
We moved out of there when I was like 8, 9. But I had lived my fair share of experiences, I mean, sometimes I would have like, you could hear gunshots too,
Yeah.
I had my fair share of experiences over there.
I think that was. I don't think it's that common now, at least in certain places. Not anymore, hopefully.
In Mexico?
Yeah.
Nah, it's even getting worse.
But I remember that when I was like in elementary or something.
Oh yeah.
There used to be like a lot of shootings.
Yeah.
Because it was the big war against the
drugs. Yeah.
Drugs. Yeah.
Against cartels.
Yeah, against cartels and everything.
Exactly.
So there were shootings like daily and stuff.
Yeah, I mean,
and it was crazy because I remember this one berry story. I don't know if something like this ever happened to you, but we were driving. We had just gotten like something to eat or something.
Yeah.
And we were going home, and then there was this shooting outside of a 7-Eleven or something.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what it was, like a gas station or whatever.
Mm.
And there was like this cop car just started getting blasted by this other car that was in the road.
Yeah.
So I remember my mom. I was in the back seat with my brother.
Yeah.
So she told us like to get down. Mm-hmm. So I like undid my seatbelt, and I grabbed my brother and I put him, and I remember hugging him, and we were like underneath the seat. Yeah. Dude, that was one of, and you can hear the gunshots in the back,
Yeah.
So you can hear the and all of that, and you don't know what's happening. I don't know if that's worse or better when you're a kid, because my imagination was, I think, maybe worse than anything that could actually be happening.
I mean, I can't really tell you. I mean, I can, because I happened both. Like I could hear something and not see what was happening.
Yeah.
And there was, I think it was like 1 or 2 times that I actually saw what was happening.
Okay.
So
what would you say is worse then?
I would say not seeing what's going on.
Yeah, because
you're always thinking like, oh, is it gonna hit me? Like, oh, I lost bullet, something like
you're more protected technically.
Technically, you are, but like your head just starts creating scenarios of, well, like I don't like, you just don't know what's happening. Like for me, that just kind of stresses me out,
Yeah.
Because I feel like I don't have any control over the situation, because you don't.
You don't. You really don't.
You really don't.
And it's crazy how anybody can have a gun in Mexico too. They're not legal or anything.
Yeah, they're not legal, but they're not.
if you're a bad guy, you can have a gun, no problem. That's another problem in Mexico. Like all the people that are like business owners or whatever don't can't have guns, but
yeah,
all the like the low from the drug cartels and everything do have guns. You know, they can have pistols and they can do anything.
That's not a lie. Yeah. And it has been a big problem because even after I moved out of like my barrio, you know, like my not so nice neighborhood, I moved into a little bit nicer neighborhood, you know, like it was supposed to be calm, right? Yeah. You could still hear gunshots. And I think it was like last year or 2 years ago, we got like some people came into our house, right? Twice, not just once. It was twice. We got how do you say that word? Asaltados.
Yeah.
We got mugged in our own house twice.
Shit.
Yeah, and once it was in my grandma's house, and it was in my grandma's house twice. Yeah, but we live like right across my grandma's house.
Dude, okay, this is another story from mine. Well, I don't remember it because I was like 3. My brother wasn't even born, or no, my mom was pregnant actually. Just pregnant, and she had a big belly too. Like she was like 7 months or whatever. She was like scheduling a couple weeks or months to deliver my brother, and what happened is I was asleep. It was in my grandma's house, and there was this bunch of people that just came in, trying to rob the place, obviously, and you know those AK-47s?
Yeah.
They had one like pointed right to my mom's face.
Yeah.
And she was like pregnant, and they kept yelling at her, cussing, you know, all of that.
Yeah.
And she describes it as like, you know, one of the worst experiences of her life.
It's traumatic, man. It's traumatic. Yeah. I mean, personally for me, I was lucky because I wasn't home. I was at school. Both of the times that it happened, I was at school.
Nice.
But like my parents, like, bro, you could see it. I could see it in their eyes when like they picked me up from school. I could see it in their eyes that they were scared as hell.
Yeah.
Like I remember the last time that it happened. I remember how many people there were, but they were alive. It was me. It was not me. It was my dad, my mom, some lady that was in my grandma's house.
Okay.
My grandma and my grandfather. They were all home.
But did they mug them, or did they robbed
the place and them? They robbed both, like the place and them. Yeah.
So no wallet, cell phone,
anything. And like my dad has his office, or he works from my grandma's house.
Okay.
So they also robbed his office. Like they took computers, they took everything. They emptied out the place. And like I remember, like he told me, like when I got there, I wasn't sure there was anybody there. I couldn't hear anything. Everything was super quiet. And then this dude came out of nowhere. I can't. He was like, "Oh, I came into my office thinking it was a normal day, right?" And then this dude came out of nowhere and pointed a gun at my chest, and like I could feel the gun, like the barrel was hot, so I didn't know if he had fired it already. So I got really scared because I thought something, you know, he had popped somebody already because the barrel was hot.
He could have.
Yeah, I mean, and like,
what other reason would it be?
So you don't know what's going on, so you get so scared, you know.
Yeah. Also, the people can be like high or, you know, whatever. One wrong move and you're done.
Yeah, exactly. You have no idea what's going on. Yeah. Luckily, nothing happened to anybody of us. I mean, everything was fine. But I mean, still, twice in the same place. Like it's not a nice experience. Yeah.
No.
What else? I mean, apart from that, nothing else has happened directly to us. But like corner stores in like our neighborhood got robbed like 5 times.
Yeah.
There's this big mall. It's not far away from my house. There's been like countless shootings there. So like really violence in Mexico is like it's tough. It's tough. I mean, even though you might not hear about it a lot or you might not see it, it goes on every day. I can assure you right now something's going on, or something has already gone on.
Yeah. Also, when people are that poor, you know, sometimes they have to do what they have to do to survive.
I mean,
you know.
Still.
But I think it's still a choice. You know,
it is a choice.
You can choose to, you know, work hard and do what's right.
It is a choice, but sometimes it's a choice that's forced onto you, because the government also doesn't really do a lot to help.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, you could say, oh, government programs, they're not the same as. But
at the end of the day, it's still a choice.
It's still a choice, yeah.
You can always get out of the hood if you want to. If you try hard enough, I think you can.
The thing is that sometimes it's extremely hard.
Yes.
Extremely
it can be extremely hard. But it's always possible.
It is possible, but you know, it takes a long time. And some people don't have.
It's a lot of work.
And some people either don't have the education for it, because
the patience.
Plus, if you really want to get out of there, you can't be doing it with like a beat job. You know, like being a waiter. Like you earn $1 an hour. You know.
Well, here you don't. You
but in Mexico, we're talking about Mexico. You are like it's impossible, especially if you're married or if you have like a wife, a spouse, something, and kids. Making that wage, it's impossible. And most of the people that live like that is because they don't have like higher educations. Like most of the time, they drop out at like middle school.
I remember there was this lady that helped clean my house. Mm-hmm. She didn't even complete, I think, a junior high, elementary. I think she did.
Yeah,
junior high. Yeah, but I mean, my grandma didn't complete elementary. She like dropped out of school at like
but what third grade. What about your granddad though?
My grandpa.
Your grandfather.
Oh, so my great grandfather was like rich. Oh. No. So like, yeah, my great grandfather.
There's your answer, people. There's your answer.
Was rich, right? He owned like a lot of like stuff and stuff.
That's your answer.
But. You know, I wouldn't say like I'm rich or anything. Everything that I have is like my parents work hard.
Yeah, of course.
But I'm not like I don't have a mansion or anything.
Yeah, definitely.
This I bought myself. Yeah. All of this is my work. You know what I mean? So like
big proud of you, man.
I put work into the stuff that I do. You know?
Yeah, for sure. I can definitely respect that.
Yeah. So I would never like nothing is for granted. You know,
especially
I would send that. And the opportunity that I have here, I do not take it for granted. That's why I worked this hard for everything. You know?
Exactly. That's the way it should be.
Yeah, honestly, if you have a passion, if you love something, bro, just go with it.
Yeah, exactly. If you want something,
follow it.
Be it what it is. If you want a car, if you want shoes, if you want new, I don't know, if you want new clothes, if you want to go out to the movies, and your parents can't give you that, like don't stop there, bro. Like. You find a way to make it happen. If it's something you really want, you're gonna find a way to make it happen.
You can always work hard enough for the stuff that you want.
Exactly.
I can guarantee you that much.
Yes.
If you put on enough hard work, you can achieve anything. So, okay, that was a little. That was good though. That was good.
Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Appreciate it.
Do you want to talk about you moving from Mexico to the U.S. and everything like that?
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, like I already said.
Oh shit. Well, guys, a little inconvenience, but we're still here.
All right. Yeah, like I already stated, I moved here when I was 15. Right.
15.
Summer before my junior year.
Okay.
And before that, I mean, high school in Mexico is different.
Yeah.
In the U.S., y'all have 4 years. In Mexico, it's only 3.
Yeah.
Because 9th grade is counted as part of our middle school.
Yeah.
Like junior high. So I did junior high. Like my 9th grade, I did it in like a junior high in Mexico.
Yeah.
And my 10th grade, I did it in a high school in Mexico too.
Yeah.
And it was amazing, man. I can't complain. It was a good school. Like that's something that I have to thank my parents for. Like even though like I said, we didn't come from the best neighborhood. There was a time where I had to work for financial support. I was never out of food or education. That was something that my parents always gave me.
Yeah, that is also true.
Yeah, so it wasn't a bad school. I was in a good school. I enjoyed it a lot. I mean, I had a great time. I wasn't even planning on coming here to the U.S.
Why did you come here?
Well, the main reason for me personally is I was tired of being at home. I was tired of being at home.
Did you feel too comfortable?
What did you feel? Completely the opposite. I hated being at home.
Why?
My parents, mostly my parents, but almost everything else affected my decision to like not want to be home. Like my sisters, I didn't used to get along with my sisters a lot. Like in the beginning of my like when I was in my childhood, I didn't have no issues. You know, we fight. You know, like all siblings.
Like any.
But it wasn't bad.
Siblings.
But when I started getting like older, you know, my 9th grade, 10th grade, stuff started getting like more tense. You know.
Yeah.
We started disagreeing a lot. We never got physical, which is something that I would never do. We never got physical.
With my brother, that happens a lot. We always fight.
But it's different because you two are men. I grew up with 5 sisters. Just something that doesn't.
How do you exceed whenever you're mad? What do you do?
I get out of the house.
Okay, and do you put that energy into games, into what?
Anything healthy. So I've tried putting that energy into something healthy. You know, I play basketball. I would go out with my friends. Sometimes work, school. But I can't say that I've always done it. Sometimes I used to deviate a little from. From that.
What was your worst grades ever?
My worst grades.
Do you ever feel like there was a point where you didn't care about school? Because I feel like that's something that happens a lot in Mexico.
Yeah. Middle school.
Middle school.
My second year of middle school.
Yeah.
Which would be 8th grade.
Yeah. I was always like, I always knew I was smart. You know, I wasn't never dumb. But no. I was never dumb, but I was never a genius too. You know, there's some kids that are like, you know, whatever. You don't like them or whatever. But first I was like, I wanted to be the most popular and everything, and that never worked out. You know. And then I wanted to be more like the clown of the school. You know, the class clown. That. It was fun because I got a lot of friends from that and everything, and I was always the funny guy, like solve the party or whatever, the party lighter or whatever. I don't know, and it was great. It was fun and everything. Yeah, but definitely you do show that in your grades and academically speaking, you show that when you were caring more about other stuff that is not your grades and you know.
Yeah, I mean that happened to me too. Like there was this one point that it also happens because of your friendships. You know, you gotta know how to choose your friendships correctly.
That is true.
Because the years the middle school was not like the whole the 3 years that I was in middle school, 7th, 8th, and 9th grade, they were in good years, and I'm not blaming it all on the friendships that I chose, because I had a lot of fault in it. But definitely, like, the people that I surrounded myself with didn't help at all.
That's a very true problem, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I was kind of doing like the same thing. I was trying to be like, the funny guy, you know. Yeah. I never wanted to be like the class clown, like the class clown. I always wanted. I just wanted to have fun, you know.
Yeah.
I was just like, school.
I think what happened to me is like,
if I can just fool around, I'm just gonna do it, you know.
Yeah. What happened to me is I was always like chubby, you know.
Yeah.
So being the ass clown was like, you know.
Yeah, I get it.
I don't know.
Yeah, I get it.
But
yeah, I mean, it's a way of pushing through insecurities. And
I it was a way of relieving all of my problems from home.
Yeah.
Kind of all of that jokes. I don't know. It made me feel good sometimes.
You know, because you get validation from it too.
Yeah. It's like people whenever you make people laugh, that I think that gives you back.
Yeah.
But then I don't know what happened to me. I just didn't want to be funny anymore, and I wanted to just be the smartest guy in the room.
That's good all the time. That's a great change.
You know what I think did it? I was watching Sherlock Holmes, you know, the one with Benedict Cumberbatch.
Yeah.
And there was this one episode where this girl is like, being smart is the new sexy or something, and I was like, oh,
I gotta be smart now.
Yeah. And then I started to kind of like want to be more smarter, you know, focus more on my grades and everything. And I was doing good. And whenever I came here, I started doing really good.
Yeah.
Then freshman year, it was alright, you know, not that good. And then sophomore and junior were good.
I mean, I saw you in junior. You were great.
Yeah,
you were great.
I put a lot of work, you know.
Yeah.
I feel like it was a very busy year.
For you?
For me, yeah. And for a lot of people, you know, there was a lot of people that COVID and everything did.
But it was more towards the end.
Yeah, but it was more of a adapting experience. Because there were many changes going on in my life, and you have to be adapting all at the same time. And it's just this wave.
Oh wait, my junior year wasn't your junior year.
Yeah. It was like this year. Yeah. Like this whole change of experiences, you know.
But still, you work hard.
Yeah, I tried to. You too, bro.
So your sophomore year was good too.
Yeah, it wasn't as good.
But hey, you did great. I mean,
the only A I didn't have on was the AP class.
I had some classes with you when you were a sophomore. I was a junior. I had some classes with you because of the same thing that I came from Mexico to the US. You know, I had to retake classes. Yeah. Yeah, so I was paired up with him. That's how I met you.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, you did amazing, man. You actually we had chemistry.
Compete.
We had chemistry together.
Yeah,
we used to compete on who would get the best grade. Who would
you were
finish
always
first.
Miss Lamb's favorite, though.
I mean, what can I say? You know.
Okay, yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it was healthy competition though. Like,
yeah,
we were always friends.
Because we always studied together too.
Those are the type of friendship that you want when you're in school.
For sure.
You want a friendship that's gonna challenge you to be better. No one that's pushing you or like holding you back.
That's true.
You know?
That's true.
Because like once you like he said, like once you know your potential, you know what you can do. Because people that are smart know they're smart. You don't need nobody to tell you that you're smart or not. Even if you're not a genius, you know what you're good at. Like you know what you're good at. But you gotta focus on that. You know, like. Because if you surround yourself with people that are less than you, they're gonna want you to bring you to their level. Most of the time, lazy people, lazy friends are not gonna try to get up to be at the same level as you. They're gonna try to bring you down.
For sure.
So you need to surround yourself with people that are equals or better than you.
Better. Yeah, I would always try to surround myself with people that know more.
Yeah.
Or people that are better. People that have done whatever I'm trying to do for longer.
Exactly, because you can get like a guideline or like they have already walked through that road.
And friendships are good when you both get something out of it.
Exactly.
When you're both working harder in something, when you're both, whatever it might be, but when you're both, it's a relationship, when you both need to be getting something out of that relationship.
Not only on friendships, you can like if you're gonna have a boyfriend or girlfriend, you always need to
any relationship at all. Yeah.
You can't be giving more than what you're receiving.
Yeah, it's a partnership.
It's unfair.
Yeah,
it's unfair.
This is a great segue to relationships, I would say.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah. What about them? What's your
I don't know, man. What is one of your craziest stories with the girlfriends and all of that?
I'm not gonna say names because that's disrespectful.
Okay.
I mean, if you were expecting me to mention names, I'm not going to because that's disrespectful.
No.
No.
You don't have to.
I'm not going to.
But like some of your crazy experiences, though.
Luckily, I think that I've chosen okay. I've never chosen the best.
Have you though? I
said okay. Like bare minimum.
Okay,
like
sure.
There's a fine line between a
toxic relationship
and going and crazy.
Would you say that you were ever in a toxic relationship?
Yeah.
I think everybody has, right?
I mean, probably, yeah. I mean, it's
every relationship. Do you think every relationship at some point can get toxic?
Yes, of course.
What do you think makes a relationship toxic?
I'm gonna talk from my point of view. I'm not gonna talk from like my ex's point of view or like somebody else's point of view.
Get closer to the mic.
Oh,
yeah.
In my opinion, if I was gonna if I got into a relationship and it was me, if I was the problem, if I was being the one that's toxic,
who determines who's being the toxic though? Because it's a matter of opinion, isn't it?
It is, yes, but I mean, if you're too jealous, if you're always trying to be somewhere, you're trying to control somebody.
Do you think you would realize if you're being the toxic one?
No, because that's the thing. Most of the time, even if you're not being the toxic one, you don't realize the other person is being toxic until it's too late, until you can't handle it anymore,
until it's too much hurt,
until it's too much. Yeah, until it gets to a certain point where you just want to get out of there. But you like that's what happened to me. One of my previous relationships. It started out okay. I'm not gonna say it started out great because it didn't.
Okay.
It started out okay. It went like that. It was right when COVID hit too.
Oh.
Yeah, so we couldn't really see each other a lot and stuff. And I was like, all right, whatever.
So how did that affect though?
For me, it affected a lot because I like to spend time with people. Like, I don't really.
But would you say that like FaceTime relationship and everything helped once you went back to Mexico and stuff, or no?
What do you mean?
Like,
FaceTime helped the relationship?
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, if FaceTime didn't exist, I probably wouldn't have stayed in there. Because that's the thing. When COVID hit, I went back to Mexico for a while to like check on my family.
And everything was online too.
Everything was online, so I was just like, you know what, I'm gonna go check on my family. Because when I came here, I came by myself. For the same reason that I didn't want to be near any of my family members. I came here by myself, and I stayed with my uncle and my auntie.
Mm-hmm.
They received me at their house, so I stayed there. And when I came, I went back for a while just to check on my family. Be like, okay, I'm gonna spend some time with y'all. I haven't seen them in like a year or 2 years, so I went back, staying there. I tried the long distance. It wasn't good, man.
Do you think long distance can work?
It can, yeah.
How though?
It has.
Because you just said it. You like to be near people. You like to hang around.
I mean,
of
course,
everything.
I don't think it can work if you don't have like a certain date of when you're going to like come back. You know, because if it's always like a mystery of am I gonna see you? Are we ever gonna be together? It's not gonna work out. It's like, okay, I'm gonna go study, you know, abroad. I'm gonna go do whatever, but I'm gonna come back like this day, and we gonna be together again. I think that can work, you know. While they're apart, that can work. It's really hard to make it work.
But you start seeing other people. You start moving on with your life.
Of course. I mean, I'm not saying it's the best thing to do, but it can work. You need a extremely high level of maturity, level of trust, and a lot of effort from both parties, not just one. A relationship is from two people. You both need to put in the work, and that's something that wasn't happening. You know, I felt
both or just from her.
From my point of view, I felt like I was putting in more
than she was.
I was receiving, and it gets tiring. But like, you know, when you're in there, you don't notice what you're going through.
I remember one good clip of I think it's Chris Rock, maybe. I'm not sure. It's a comedian for sure. Yeah. I don't remember because I saw it a long time ago. It said, I believe it's Chris Rock. He said that a relationship is like lifting a couch. It's a 2-man job. Like
2-man?
Well, not 2 men. It's like 2 people.
2 job. People, yeah.
Because lifting a couch with another person is easy. You can do it any day.
Of course.
Lifting a couch by yourself, though,
that's possible, but it's not good.
Nah. You're struggling.
Of course.
Of course. And you're
not
going to be able to move it.
At some point, you're going to fall.
You can't.
At some point, it's going to break.
You got to get tired. You can't. You're going to be struggling the whole time.
Yeah, and that's what happened. Like I said, it started okay. It wasn't really like, oh my gosh, I know this is the one from the very beginning. Nah. But the way I am, if I'm gonna get into a relationship,
you want to give your 100.
I'm gonna put my 100%, of course. Because if I'm not doing it, then what's the point?
Yeah,
you know, like I'm not gonna waste your time, and I'm gonna waste mine. So like, if I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it well. Not only with relationships, with everything else. You know, if I'm gonna do school, I'm gonna do it well. If I'm gonna go play a sport, I'm gonna do it well. If I'm gonna go to the gym, I'm gonna do it well, the best I can. Yeah, so that was my mindset.
That's a great philosophy to have overall in everything.
Yeah, that's my mind. That was my mindset, and that's still my mindset. My mindset into going into that relationship. So I was always trying to do my best. I'm not gonna say that I was the best boyfriend because I wasn't. Nobody ever is. Of course, there's
who determines who's the best though. Who is the one that is saying like, oh yeah, you're the best boyfriend because according to these guidelines.
What do you
There's
mean?
not really a guideline. There's not really who determines who's the best boyfriend. Who determines if you were the best? It's just your experience and your point of view.
Exactly. I mean, there's not like you said. There's not a blueprint for the perfect man or the perfect woman.
What I'm saying is, who knows? Maybe in somebody's opinion, you could have been the best boyfriend.
Of course.
In that time with everything.
Personally, I'm taking responsibility that I wasn't the best. I mean, I made mistakes.
So you're saying that you did make mistakes. And
of course. I mean, that's part of every relationship. Making mistakes is part of every relationship. Because if you don't make mistakes, then...
What is it? Yeah.
You know?
You're not learning.
You're not learning, exactly. But that's the thing. Like, you gotta see past the flaws. You gotta see if, like, okay... Because every person has flaws.
For sure.
It's not perfect. You gotta see, like, okay... This, from my standpoint, like... this girl... has this and that I really love, but I don't give me a flaw.
She's ugly. I don't know. She's dumb.
She's dumb. Okay.
Or she doesn't like you to FaceTime her at night.
Okay, let's say that's something that I have an issue with. It's not really a flaw, but it's something that I have an issue with.
Okay, then what's a
No,
flaw?
no,
Okay.
it's like it's something that I have an issue with.
Yeah.
So I gotta see. Okay, here's an issue.
Yeah.
Can I push through it, or is it a deal breaker for me? You know, kind of like, okay,
Yeah.
I'm with a girl. I love Star Wars, and my girlfriend doesn't like Star Wars. I'm not gonna break up with her because she doesn't like Star Wars. You know.
You have to break up. If she doesn't like Star Wars, break up with her. She's not worth it, dude. She's not worth it.
I mean,
just cut her right off.
Realistically,
kill her. Okay, she's not worth it, dude. Just don't. Okay, sorry, my bad. Go.
Realistically, like, it's just something that's not.
Yeah, it's not something big. It's not something that
big,
affects a relationship in an amazing.
But like, for example, for me, a really big pet peeve is chewing with your mouth open. Yeah, like if I was dating somebody and like I went on a date and she was chewing with her mouth open, I'm not gonna see her again because that's just something that I can't put up with.
Yeah, or she touches your ear or something.
Bro, what? What the fuck? Nah, like that's what I mean. Like, there's certain things you gotta see, like, because not every person, like I said, not every person is perfect. There's always gonna be something that's flawed.
Yeah.
So you gotta see. Okay, this is the flaw.
This is the pros and cons.
Yeah, the pros and the cons. Can I accept both ends of the spectrum? Because if there's at least one thing that you can't handle. Like let's say I met the perfect girl, everything perfect. But she chewed with her mouth open. It's just something that I can't do. You know?
Would you say that's a deal breaker?
Yeah, definitely.
Like that wouldn't be able to be like, yeah, I can't.
Yeah,
that's
exactly because it's manners. Simple manners, education. For me, it's something that reflects a bad image about yourself. And if I'm trying to have kids with you. How are you gonna bring up your kids?
How old are you, Pablo?
I'm 18.
You're 18 and you were trying to get kids already?
No, I didn't say I wanted kids right now.
Okay, sure.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
I'm thinking.
So whenever you're looking for a date, you're looking for a woman you can have kids with.
I'm looking for a woman I can see a future with, not necessarily kids, but a future.
Okay, a future.
Because if I'm not, then why am I gonna waste my time? Like if I wanted to just fool around, I'm not gonna get into a relationship.
Okay, then let's talk about your last relationship.
Fool around. What about it?
What do you mean? What about it? It was just fooling around.
No, it wasn't.
How are you seeing a relationship if it was like gonna be long distance, all the way? You don't have a date when you're coming back.
If I'm being honest, you're right. I mean, it was gonna be hard. I mean,
it was
both of us knew what we were getting into from the very beginning.
But you didn't let it like grow into something that you could have hurt more both sides, So that's good too.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I could see a future with that person. I really could. I mean, I love that person. Like,
we're sending the clip to her, by the way. Hi.
Like as a person, I love the type of person she is. Like, she's an amazing person. She's an amazing friend. I have no bad things to say about her. She's incredible.
So then,
incredible.
What was the deal breaker? The distance?
The deal breaker, not the distance. It definitely played a part in it because we talked about it and we were like, okay, we can push through it. All right, whatever. But in deep down, I could feel that she wasn't really 100% sure about what she wanted to do. So I talked to her we talked and I asked her if she was really like down for a relationship, like if she actually wanted to be in a relationship.
Yeah.
And like it just boiled down to her not being ready for one. And that's okay. Like I'm not gonna pressure her into being into one, but I'm also
you can't force anybody to
exactly.
Be ready
you can't force anybody to
be
ready, and you can't force anybody to be somewhere where they don't want to be,
or somebody they don't want to be.
Exactly. You can't force that. So rather than me just saying, "Oh, I'm gonna wait for you," and whatever, I accepted that it was just not the right moment for it. And
okay, that's also something I want to talk about. Do you think there's like the right person at the wrong time?
Yeah, I mean, you could say that. Yeah.
Do you think this person was kind of like that, or maybe not?
Yeah, definitely. We got the timing wrong. wasn't the best moment
because
for everything.
Because like, that's crazy. That's something that the world, destiny, God, whatever you want to call it, is a fucked up thing to do.
Yeah, I mean, I can't speak for her if she feels the same way, but for me, I really could see a future. I really could like see myself spending a great amount of time with that person, because she, like I said, she's amazing. Like even now after we broke up, we're still friends, and I really enjoy her company because she's a great person to have.
So you prefer to have her as a friend than as a.
I mean,
as anything else.
I can't say if I prefer having her as a friend or anything else, because I didn't have the full experience of being in a relationship with her. But from what I had, I definitely enjoyed it a lot.
But what I mean is, like, do you prefer to have a friendship with her to just cut out?
Oh yeah. After we broke up, you mean after that? Yeah, for sure. I mean, not with every
to cut off relationship instead.
Exactly. I mean, one of my other previous relationships before that one. I mean, it was really toxic. I mean, at the end, it was one of those relationships where you know you want to leave, but you also can't find the way to leave. You know.
But would you say that you were trying to leave too?
Yeah, I mean, I wanted to, but at the same time, I didn't. If that makes any sense, you know.
Sure.
Like, I knew it wasn't gonna be healthy in the long run, but like, you know, and in the moment, your feelings, your heart just doesn't. You're not thinking straight. You know, you're thinking with your heart rather than your head.
That's a big thing.
So yeah, so in my head, I was like, oh no, I can push through it and stuff. When in reality, I couldn't. I really couldn't. And
do you think? What do you think is more powerful?
Deep down, I knew that I didn't want to be there.
What do you think is more powerful, your heart or your brain? Whenever you're in a relationship.
In the beginning, your heart, of course.
No, overall the whole relationship.
Both of them. There's no one that it doesn't outpower the other. I mean, of course, you're gonna try to put your feelings first, but at the same time, you have to, use your head.
Would you say that a relationship can hurt you more than it can give you?
Sometimes? Yeah, of course. But I mean, I try to look at every relationships, be it a friendship or an actual relationship, as a learning experience. I mean, if I might get hurt, I might have a bad experience, but at least I have the experience. Yeah. And from that relationship, I know that I don't want to be in another relationship like that. That. So I learned a lot from that one. I learned a lot from the last one that I had, even though it wasn't, the longest one. Yeah. And I still learned.
Yeah. Obviously. You always learn.
You always learn, exactly. So that's kind of my mindset. I mean, I'm not gonna get into a relationship with the first girl I saw just to get the experience and learn something. I'm always gonna try to make a good choice, Yeah. But in the end, if it doesn't work out, I'm not leaving empty-handed,
You know what's the craziest part of a relationship is like how at the beginning you're always moving. You would be willing to sacrifice your life.
Oh yeah,
cut one leg just for the person. Yeah.
And then you're not thinking with your head. You're thinking with your heart.
At some point, that love starts fading away.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's called the honeymoon phase.
Yeah.
Isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. When you're first getting to know a person and you're like in love, whatever. Mm-hmm. Like, I feel like it's more of the chase and everything. I don't know if that's how you would feel, but it's more of like, oh, I like this girl and I want to like be my girlfriend. And once you're already in a relationship, that love that you first had just starts seeing different.
Yeah, I mean, it happened to me.
Also,
once
you can think you know a person.
Oh yeah.
Until you're in a relationship, and then that person is completely different.
Exactly.
It can be very different people, very different.
Yeah. That's why some people are better. You're better off as friends with them rather than trying to get into a relationship. My bad. You're better off as friends rather than getting into a relationship, because you might be great friends, but when it comes to you two trying to be together, it's just not gonna work out.
Yeah, and that's a cold thread.
I mean,
and if you don't see a future with them, what's the point?
Exactly.
Talking about the future. What about my future? Where do you see yourself in the future? Where do you see yourself in 10 years from now? From what day is it today?
June 20th.
June 20th, Father's Day. Yes. Where do you see yourself in 10 years? Do you think when do you want to have your first kid, dude?
Probably around in 10 years.
10 years?
I'm gonna be 28.
I don't think I could at 28.
In the perfect world, I would want to get married by 27. Be married by 27.
Yeah.
Have my first kid by when I was 28. That would be my ideal plan. Okay. Is it gonna go that way? Who knows? Probably not.
What do you think you're gonna be doing in those 10 years?
In 10 years,
what do you think?
6 of those I'm gonna be in school. Cause I'm going to college, so I'm going to Mexico in college. I'm gonna study civil engineering.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do 4 years, and then if the plan goes the way I want it to go, I'm gonna finish college in 4 years, and then I'm gonna do 2 extra years of a master's degree. Yeah, in Illinois, in Chicago, if everything goes well.
Hey, that's cool though.
It's a great plan. It's a great school because I'm gonna go to the University of Illinois.
And if you already have that, like, if you're already able to find your way back to the U.S. and you know,
yeah, and even
make money here and everything.
Even if I don't stay in the U.S., having a master's degree by the time I'm 24.
That is true. Yeah, I want to kind of do that thing too. It's just maybe go to community college first and then save up and then even like pay for my master's degree when I'm 26 or
I mean,
masters.
That's one of the reasons I'm going to Mexico because university in Mexico is way cheaper than it is. It's not a bad school.
So you're thinking of investing more in your masters than in your bachelor's. You're investing more in your masters than in your bachelor's, right?
Oh, most definitely, yeah. I mean, I'm not leaving my first 4 years to like the worst school, you know, the cheapest one. No. Yeah, I'm going to a good school.
But it's not like, you know, an Ivy college here.
Oh no, of course
not. No. Harvard.
But the school that I'm going is the school that's giving me the option to do.
Gotcha.
Those 6 years.
So that's
one of the reasons why I chose going to that school. Okay. Yeah. So I did choose my college.
So you did plan it.
I did plan it out. Okay. I didn't think about it. Did I think about it a while? No. I took a long time to do it. I started planning it out almost 3-4 months ago. I was late. I was really late. But thankfully, the opportunity was still there, and I took it.
That's nice. That's nice.
I'm still.
Also, by the way, graduating here in the U.S., it's a big plus if you're trying to get a job in Mexico, right?
Yeah,
it has to be.
Yeah. I mean,
it's education.
It kind of, in my opinion, doesn't really matter for the job. It matters more for the type of college you want to get into.
Okay.
Because it wasn't hard for me to get into the college.
Because you graduated here.
Kinda. I mean, in a way. I'm also not gonna have to take no English classes, no nothing.
Yeah, that's true. Well, like your English just absolutely rockets to another level, you know?
Yeah.
Because I remember having English in Mexico. They do not teach you half of what you're supposed to know, dude.
Yeah.
Like I still, my English is not perfect to this day.
Yeah.
You know, but from when I first came here,
oh, it's way better.
I didn't know anything.
Yeah. For me, it was kind of like the same thing. I kind of taught myself at the same time I was in school because school doesn't really give you real life examples. And I mean, at least in Mexico, it teaches you words, how to like grammar and stuff. Yeah. But that just confuses you more than it does help. For me, that's the way it happened.
I would say it helped me. You know, it did, the grammar side and everything. It does help you.
It helped me to write, but to actually speak, I kind of learned from YouTube and movies.
Dude, it's just videos,
YouTube and
TV shows.
And
you know where I learned?
TV
shows, dude. TV shows.
For real. I learned. Got me too.
I remember.
Shows and music was.
I remember there was music that I didn't know the lyrics to. Yeah. I would just be like, oh, no. Yeah, just like that, bro. It would be so funny because I understand English. I didn't know what the song was saying.
Yeah.
And I remember when I first came here, I had a friend that had lived there for like 5 years, 7 years, and I was like, whenever you're listening to a song, do you understand every word? And then she was like, yeah. I was like, whoa, that's crazy.
I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes I don't understand everything they're saying, but it's more because of the way they talk.
Yeah.
Rather than the words.
It's also accents and everything.
Yeah, exactly.
And music, you know. But there was TV shows that I didn't understand, you know.
Oh yeah.
So I had to put subtitles, whatever. But yeah.
So that's.
What do you think your dream is, Pablo? What do you wanna achieve in this life? What do you think is gonna be like? Okay, I'm done. I've done all of this. I accomplished this much. This is the life that I kind of want. Everything can change, obviously. But what do you think is your dream goal? Your dream goal? Your dream
my end goal.
Life? Yes. Your end goal.
That's a good question. It's a really good question.
Because everybody comes from different places. Everybody has different expectations. Yeah. Everybody has different everything, you know. But
yeah, for me, I guess obviously graduating from college, I wanna have my own company, you know, dedicated, like focused, kind of like in the civil engineering path.
Nice.
I don't want to live in Mexico.
Okay. You don't anywhere in Mexico?
At this point in life where I'm at right now, I don't want to go live in Mexico or work in Mexico.
Do you think...
I love my country, but I don't want to live there.
Do you think that has to do with your childhood and all the experiences, bad experiences that you had? Or
No. Just...
It's just more of a...
Just my mentality is like... And the mentality in Mexico is just one...
Get out.
Nah. One, like right now, is just some mentality that doesn't really go forward.
Gotcha.
It's just I like where I'm at, I'm gonna stay, you know. And that's just not the way I roll.
Yeah.
I can't really see myself going for a good future for me or for my family, because I want to have a family.
Yeah.
I don't see myself having a good future there. So I would rather come to the US or Canada. I mean, maybe Europe, but I haven't really considered Europe like that.
Europe's definitely an option.
It definitely is, but I just haven't had exposure to it, so I haven't really considered it yet.
Yeah, for sure.
But I'm open. I'm really open, because hey, maybe who knows? I might stay in Mexico, and it might be a good thing. But where I'm at right now, I just don't want to do that. I want to have kids.
Are you gonna move back to your parents' house, or you're gonna try to seek for your own house, try to find a roommate, or whatever you can do too?
Right now, I'm gonna move back to my parents' house.
Okay.
I'm just 17.
Yeah.
So but I mean, on the meanwhile, I'm gonna get a job. I'm gonna try to move out as soon as possible. Yeah.
Okay.
Most definitely. Yeah. I want to have a family. You know, like I said, I want to get married by like if everything goes well, I want to get married by 27. I hope I choose well.
Hope so.
Because I don't want to get divorced.
Yeah.
I want to marry just one time and for life. You know.
Yeah.
Have kids, and I wanna try to be the best parent I can, you know, because I wanna be better than what I had. If that makes any sense.
I think that's a very honest opinion. You know, always be better than what your parents do. Like if you don't like something as a kid, just do that better when your own kids arrive.
You can always do better. There's always room for
sure.
improvement. Even in myself, like
for sure.
I wanna do better at college than I did all of my school life so far.
Better grades, better everything, dude. Better,
exactly. Focus.
Better with yourself.
Exactly. Yeah.
That is
also, like, just focusing more on myself right now.
Yeah.
You know, like, because I've already had fun. I've already done this. I've already dated some people. Not a lot, but some people. I've already put some stuff, other stuff before putting attention to myself. So right now, I want to just focus on doing that again. I won't say that I'm like my self-esteem or that is like on the floor, because it's not. I actually have a good self-esteem.
Yeah.
But I feel like I haven't focused on myself as much as I should, like, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So right now, I just want to just chill out, just be the best version of me.
That makes sense.
So I can be the best version of myself with somebody else.
Yeah.
You know?
That is always important. If you're not the best person,
you gotta love yourself before you can love somebody else.
That is really true.
Something that I truly believe in. So, I mean, I love myself, I really do, but I can do better. You can always do better.
Gotcha. Yeah, for sure.
That's kind of my mindset into this next school year, this next
step in your life.
Next step in my life, yeah.
It's college.
Yeah. So to answer your question, in 10 years, that's where I want to be, and my end goal would be having a successful business.
In 10 years?
Not in 10 years.
End goal.
You said end goal.
Okay,
end goal,
sorry.
Have a successful business, traveled around the world, be a good husband, be a good parent, be a good brother, be a good son, be good to myself. Mm-hmm. I don't want to be in Mexico.
Yeah.
I want to be somewhere else. And just provide a better start for my kids than the one that I had, you know?
Yeah.
I'm not saying that it was the worst, because it really wasn't, but you can always do better.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Obviously, if you were able to move to a better country, you know, and everything, have a better job, everything, you're always able to provide a better life,
of course,
and better opportunities and everything. You know?
Yeah. So that's about it.
Do you have any final message for anybody? Any inspirational quotes? Anything?
Stay in school, kids.
That's literally it.
No. I mean, kind of like the same message, the same thing that I've been saying over and over again. Be the best version of yourself. If you're gonna do something, you gotta do it well. Like put your 100% into whatever you're doing. Be it a relationship, be it a sport, be it school, be it, I don't know, your friends, anything, whatever you're doing, do it well and do it with your heart. Put your heart and soul into it, because that's the only way you're gonna enjoy what you're doing.
For anybody who might be, struggling, maybe not having a fun time.
Where? At school?
I don't know. Anywhere. Just what would you say? What would your advice be?
Don't give up. There's always worse and there's always better. Like, don't compare yourself to others if that's what you're doing. But don't give up. Push through it. There's always a way out. There really is.
Perfect. All right. That was Pablo, ladies and gentlemen.
Don't take me on any advice, though.
All right. Thank you, Pablo, for coming.
If something goes wrong, I didn't tell you to do it.
Okay, for sure. All right. Thanks, man, for coming.
No. Thank you.
It's been a pleasure.
Man. I hope it was.
I'm glad to be able to call you my friend and everything.
Hey, me too. I hope it was the way you expected it. I hope I answered.
It really was. It really was. It was cool. All right, guys. Thank you for watching. This is the Today Talk podcast. We're back, season 2. You already know.
Season 2, yes sir.
Yes sir. New equipment, all of it. So thank you guys for being here. An hour. We broke an hour. So thank you guys for staying this long. If you did stay this long, please subscribe. What are you doing here if you're not subscribed? Like, it doesn't make sense. Give a like to this video. Share it.
Insta. Put it somewhere.
I'll put it in the description below. Follow Pablo on Instagram.
Follow them on Instagram and on YouTube.
Thank you.
Great.
And this is the Today Talk podcast. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you next time. Goodbye.